Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dependent Fanatic channel. Today I'm going to be doing a top 25, but really it's a top 31 of the 31 teams that I think will go 8-4 or better this season. And I'm going to rank them based on their record and resume. Now, I think number one is going to be Georgia going into bowl season. This is before the committee selects. This is what I think the committee will select if my predictions are right. Georgia will be number one at 13-0. They'll have 4 good wins versus 8-win opponents or better is a good win. South Carolina, Ole Miss is at home. The circle around Tennessee means that is a road game that they will win. And the square around LSU means it's a neutral site game. In this case, the conference championship game. And the circle around the star means they won their conference. Okay, here we go. I think Michigan's number 2 at 13-0 with 4 good wins at Minnesota, at Penn State, Ohio State, and then Iowa in the conference championship. And USC will be number 3 with their 12-1 record, but just ahead of Texas because they have one more of these wins. At Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, UCLA are all at home, but Utah again in the conference championship game. I think they do get their revenge over Utah from last season. Texas comes in at number 4, yes, Big 12 team. So 4 different conferences I have in the college football playoff. Last season it was darn close to 2. Alabama just on the outside. Texas was 12-1. I think they'll go 12-1. Wins versus Oklahoma in the Red River Shootout. Kansas State at home at TCU, and then Kansas State again in the conference championship game. So what a playoff this would be, wouldn't it? Georgia versus Texas, Michigan versus USC. And maybe the next team is a good reason, or the next 8 teams is a good reason why we're going to 12 teams. I don't much like it. I think we probably should expand, but I like 8. 8's a good number for me, but I think the end of this season will justify what the committee wants to do. Look, Alabama. Alabama is the one outside looking in. I'm going to show you them 12. Again, 11-1. They lose to LSU and miss the opportunity to go to a conference championship game. And their 4 games at home. Texas, Miss, Arkansas, Tennessee, all at home. I think their resume doesn't stack up to a Texas that they beat. I think they beat Texas. But because they have a conference championship and one more win, and a road win and a couple of neutral sites, Texas is going to be ahead of Alabama. Wow. That right there, expand the playoff, everyone will be clamoring for it. Utah will be number 6 in my opinion, 11-2 with 4 good wins. And you can see what they are. Notre Dame, 10-2 with 4 good wins. Florida State is behind Notre Dame because Notre Dame has 4 good wins and FSU only has 3. They don't play each other this season, but Florida State wins the ACC with 2 losses. They win versus LSU in a neutral site and at Pitt, and then they beat Clemson in the ACC championship game. LSU is right behind Florida State because Florida State beat LSU. They're 11-2, and Arkansas at Ole Miss and at Alabama are really good wins. See why I wouldn't mind if they went to 12 teams, I suppose. They're all going to be really good, and it's going to be amazing. Ohio State is really good, but I think they go 10-2. Penn State at home, at Wisconsin and Minnesota, and then UNC and Oregon both go 10-2, but UNC has the 3 good wins, and Oregon only the 2 good wins. As we move up here, we're going to stop at Tennessee, because where do I put Tennessee? You have Clemson. They're going to be behind Clemson, 10-3. Runner-up in the ACC with 3 good wins. Tennessee only has 1 good win. They only have 2 losses, but 1 good win. Where do you put them on this list? If you're like a bowl team or a committee, where would you rank them if they are against this? Let me know in the comments below. Kansas State is a runner-up in their conference championship game as well, 10-3 with 2 good wins. And Washington comes in at number 15. Oregon State and at Oregon State is their good wins. Now, I forgot to put South Carolina in here. I forgot all about South Carolina. I'm sorry. They went 9-3 with 2 good wins. So they should be just behind Washington. And Iowa is behind them because they only have 2 good wins, but their opponents' win totals do not equal up to Washington or South Carolina. I will put, don't worry, South Carolina is on the bottom of this page. You'll see them. If you're a South Carolina fan, I'm sorry. Penn State is next, 9-3 with 2 good wins. Oklahoma 9-3 with 2 good wins. And then I snuck Tennessee right here at 19. And let's just go ahead and show you the rest. Wins start dwindling big time. And you start to see some 4-loss teams. And that's what NC State is. But they have 2 good wins, Louisville and Clemson. Minnesota, 8-4, 2 good wins, Illinois and Wisconsin. Wisconsin is right behind them, even though they have a better record and a good win. Minnesota beat them. Mississippi is 8-4. Arkansas is their win. Illinois beat Wisconsin. Oregon State beat UCLA. Pitt beat Louisville. And then you got a couple of 9-3 teams and 3 8-4 teams with no wins versus 8-4 or better teams in NCAA in Division 1. So there you have it. That's what I think is going to happen. I will do predictions. Now that you know who I think is going to be in the playoff, I will predict the semifinal games and the national championship game and tell you a winner for all of them, as well as the New Year's 6 games. I just go by bowl affiliation, who I think they will accept into their bowl games, what order they go in. I know all that, so you'll see that coming up here soon. So we're diving deep. This is my predictions. Thank you, everybody. And if you want to go see each individual team's record and how I got there, I have a playlist on all of the Power 5 conferences. I went game by game for each conference and predicted the game. So thank you, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful Saturday. I hope you're staying cool out there, down there in the south, and in the northeast apparently is burning up too now. So stay safe out there, and remember to like the video, share, subscribe if you have not, and have a great day, everybody.